What's up, Boos? My name is Cody Rigsby.
And I'm Andrew Chappelle.
And if you love to see your substitute teacher bringing in a TV on a rolling cart, this is your weekly episode of Tactful Pettiness.
And we are feeling very spramped today because I'm so excited to introduce this guest. She is so many things to me and to many of you. It has been, listen, if you have the Hulu Plus and Disney Plus bundle, this is your girl, honey. Tune in and tune on to her face on your screens. You can see her in Dope Sick, selling pharmaceuticals from door to door. Yeah, right. You can see her in Dr. Odyssey, honey. Putting pharmaceuticals in people on that. Okay, so that's a I'm starting to sense a theme here. You can see her on Disney Plus in Hamilton, gasping. You can see her on Netflix in Over the Moon. You could see her in Tick Tick Boom on Netflix. She is everywhere, all at once, in all of the places. She is a Emmy Award nominee, Tony Award nominee, 2-time Grammy Award winning, and New York Times bestselling author.
Wow.
My friend and lover of fine cheeses and dirty martinis. An amazing aunt to Patti LuBone.
Yes.
Phillipa Soo.
Oh my God, that was an amazing introduction.
That was a really good introduction.
I'm blushing.
Now, this isn't on theme of the episode, but how do you like your dirty martinis?
Well, I went through a dirty martini phase, but
No longer?
Well, I changed it up.
Okay.
When I have a dirty martini, very dirty.
Filthy. I like it filthy.
Yeah.
Vodka, filthy.
Swamp water.
Vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of murky.
Yes, very murky.
Yeah.
And it is going to be murky solely on the fact that there's a what? Blue cheese stabbed olive.
See, I can't do that.
Oh, no dairy?
No, I love it. I just, I don't know. I don't want it in my martini.
Oh, I do.
Well, I definitely want it in the olives. Honestly,
I want it in the olives.
I do actually see a correlation here. I want it to look like the swamp water in The Frog and the Princess.
There we go.
Tiana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I know this sounds really rude. I've never seen that all the way through.
Oh man,
I know.
Well, that's okay. There's some movies on. So full disclosure, today we are doing a deep dive into our favorite Disney movies and musicals.
We're getting nostalgic.
We're getting very nostalgic.
Yeah.
But before we hop in, tell us what you've been up to. Tell us about Dr. Odyssey. I'm eating it up.
I'm so glad you are. It's a new hour-long drama on ABC, brought to you by Ryan Murphy, and it's
busiest man in show business.
Truly, and it follows a medical team on a cruise ship, and essentially, every week is a different cruise, a different set of passengers, which has a theme, obviously, and craziness ensues.
Truly, the medical events that happen on this cruise are not to be believed. In the first episode, a man breaks his penis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Devastating.
First episode.
That is literally one of my worst nightmares.
Yeah.
Well, and I think about it.
And
how do you fix it?
Well,
you have to tune in to see. You have to tune in to watch. But listen, there was a lot of penis stuff because you had to get that guy's.
And I like penis.
There's that episode where you had to get it out of because the vagine had clamped on.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, his
What's it
his
called?
penis got stuck inside.
In the vagina?
Yes.
Even after going flaccid?
No, it didn't because of
it's
various reasons.
Science things.
But basically, you have to use a balloon. We used a balloon.
And all of this on the high seas?
Yes.
Anything can happen on the high seas.
Anything can happen. Wait, what did Jonathan Groff say? Why not?
Why not?
Wait,
we were just don't you think people do too many standing ovations? And he was like, well, why not? Why not do a standing ovation? It was like the most Jonathan.
That's really sweet. I really
But
love
it is very sweet.
I have to say, though, that boat is very well appointed.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the most beautiful boats ever.
Luxurious.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous set. I mean, the minute I walked in, I was like, oh, whoa, this is the fanciest cruise ship that has
And it's
ever
done on an
existed.
actual cruise ship?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay,
it looks like it, though.
Not.
That upper deck with the pool looks like a real.
That looks, we shoot it, it is a set that's built outside so that the light is natural.
To mimic, perhaps, since it is on ABC and within realms of our conversation, a Disney cruise. Why hasn't that crossover happened?
Well, yeah, they didn't do a Disney cruise.
I don't know yet.
They did do a gay cruise, though.
Yeah.
And honestly, her character is very in line with our podcast because her character gets into an entanglement at work with 2 hot coworkers.
Oh.
At the same
time.
At the same time, honey.
Oh, wow. Was this during the Gay Cruise episode?
No, before.
Okay. And now, Andrew, was the Gay Cruise episode up to like what it actually is?
No. Here's the thing. That's my one critique.
Well, here's the thing.
It's
you
light.
have to make it good for national television.
Yeah, but Ryan Murphy, he knows.
It's light.
He's always going
The
towards.
Gay Cruise episode is giving like what you would tell your parents happened on a gay cruise, and not what you and I both know goes down on the gay cruise.
The medicine being given out wasn't doxycycline, PrEP, and penicillin.
No, it is actually. No, that's like he asked her. He was like, Avery, do you have the PrEP and PEP? And she's like,
yeah, I got that.
I'm like sorting through condoms. I think that's what's happening.
Well, see, that's not
not
realistic because
no one uses
gays
condoms.
Aren't using condoms.
Well, I've binged it. I love it, and our listeners should tune in and watch Pippa as Dr. Avery. What's your character's last name?
I'm actually a nurse practitioner.
Oh, so you're going to medical school.
Yes, like
soon.
part of Avery's journey is that she is a nurse practitioner, which means she has the qualifications to be a doctor, but has not finished medical school. Has not gone through all of the.
Okay,
the
I never knew the
schooling.
distinction. Wow, you had to do a lot of research for this role.
Yeah. In fact,
Did you go to med school for it?
I did not go to med school. I had a day where I was training with the medical technician.
Okay.
And
was he hot?
Let's just say, well, her name was Sunny.
Her. Okay. And was she hot?
She's really hot. She's great. She was fantastic. But she taught me how to put in a line, to do an IV. And we learned how to, oh my God, like anything that's involved like in any of the medical stuff. So like having to check people's vitals, but also like this is a luxury cruise ship that has nothing to do with reality of luxury cruise ships. Like this is like everything is like golden and beautiful, and you know the oximeter is like a gold ring.
Honey, but what about the wheelchair that they rolled? The guy that wheelchair.
Yeah,
that was like something from the Secret Garden.
Glamorous. It's all
stunning.
glamorous, and really, it's meant to be like each episode. The goal is so that you watch the show and you feel like you've taken a little mini vacation in the middle of your week on a Thursday night. You've sort of like gone on a mini vacation where terrible things happen medically and then we fix.
What I do love, because like I'm a big Columbo fan, so like I like to see like murderers commit murders. So it's kind of nice that like none of the things that happen on the ship are like nefarious dealings. It's all like, oh my God, I ate too much shellfish. Like it's always like things that could happen to you and I. It's not like the air of a.
Well, though you might want to tune in because
plot twist.
Things get a little bit more intense as the season goes on.
Oh,
I see.
Okay. Well, one more thing before we move on to your fabulous book, but you have a really iconic person that's on this show, the girl from Showgirls.
Oh. And you don't even know her name.
The one that Nomi Malone throws the things that she trips on.
Gina?
Gina.
Oh, Gina Gershon. Yeah. Well, Gina's fabulous.
Incredible.
She is. I love her so much. We actually, the last conversation we had when she was on set, I was like, do you live in New York? And I was like, can we like get together and like, I don't know, take a tap class or something together?
A tap class is my worst nightmare, I'm going to be honest. As a former dancer,
Same.
I was so bad at tap.
Horrible.
Really?
I was so bad at tap
But
dance.
what if we all do it
Do
together?
you tap?
I like to think that I can tap. Like I
know that
tap.
I can't because it's grounded and I'm not.
Would you take a tap class
No.
with
Absolutely.
Gina Gershon?
I would take a class with her.
I'm not putting on a pair of tap shoes. You guys have so much fun with that.
I have tap shoes.
Well, you guys have that. And you know, what we have in common is that we're both New York Times bestselling authors.
Yes.
Okay.
And lovers of food.
And lovers of food.
And fine dining.
Yes.
So
it all started really because during Hamilton, which is the
Never heard of
show that Andrew and I did together, which is when we first met. Never heard of the thing. You know, the fans, were you surprised by the age of the fans? Like, they were all so young. I thought that was, like, a really surprising thing.
Many of them were. And then some of them were, like, middle-aged women that were getting the tattoos at the stage door. But, it was the kids.
Tattoos at the stage door?
Well, they were, like, coming. They were like, look at my tattoo. And this was when we, like, had first opened. And we hadn't really understood the magnitude of it. And people were getting full, like, who lives, who dies, who tells your story on their arm. And we're like, what? But then
was
a lot of
amazing.
kids.
but also a lot of young people.
Okay.
Like young people, like so young. I remember this one young gentleman was a child of a friend, and he came backstage dressed as George Washington. He was like 4
that's so
years
cute.
old. 4 years old at the time.
Love that.
Okay, and so because of that, like my awareness of like what we were putting out into the world and what we were saying to young people just grew and grew. And I was asked 2 questions very frequently: what do you do when you get nervous, and what would you tell your younger self? And so I like to think that this book is really the answer to those questions. And I wrote it with my sister-in-law.
Aww.
So I wrote it with Stephen Pasquale's sister, and she is a psychotherapist, and she has 2 kids of her own, my nephews, who are so sweet and so wonderful. Speaking of Disney, just took them to Disneyland. It was awesome, but we're really proud of it.
Well, I'm proud of you for writing it.
And what is the title of this great book so that
It's
our listeners can go
called-
order it on the internet?
It's called Piper Chen Sings.
Lover of pop music.
Lover
Well,
of pop music.
it-
Well,
TBD.
it's changed.
TBD.
Because in
It was
this,
the original.
in this version, you know, we don't really get a sense of what music she's singing, although you can probably put together in your mind, if you're reading it, you can imagine what kind of music she would be singing.
Yeah.
Reader's choice.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best way.
Yeah.
The spring travel itch has definitely bit Cody and I in a big way. Cody, of course, is always on the move. I just booked a trip with Joe to go scuba diving yet again because under the sea. Anyway, I can think of no better way to travel in style, first class quality suitcases at economy price tags from Quince. My dear, dear Quince. And I'm so thankful to Quince for sponsoring our podcast. Quince, as we've said, they're doing suitcases for great prices, but they also do their lightweight shirts and shorts from $30, pants for any occasion, and comfortable lounge sets. They've got the premium luggage option and durable duffel bags and carry-alls. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. I know. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. And we love to save in this economy. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. We deserve the premium, okay? For your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/pettiness for 365-day returns, plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/pettiness to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pettiness. Well, today we are talking about all things Disney. We're talking about,
Disney movies.
yeah, because we're not
Disney
going to,
movies.
the parks.
There's a lot.
We're going to save the parks for
We're
another
going to
time.
save the parks for another
another
time
time.
because Andrew and I have been to the parks together at least twice.
At least twice.
Is that where you got your jacket?
No, 3 times. No. 2 times. You didn't come on the other trip. Sorry, you were.
that's
you
right.
were away.
Yeah.
No, this is just I believe this is a vintage item that I got from, I think, in London.
Cody loves Disney. He loves
do.
Mickey.
I love Mickey specifically,
Yeah.
but we won't get into that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't get into that
So,
right now.
so we've been
Excited.
wanting to do this for a while, and we thought it would be apropos to have you on for this episode since you have, in a very niche part of the internet, you can find Pippa doing one of the demos for Moana.
Yes.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong,
Okay.
did you record that when we were in tech for Hamilton?
It wasn't tech. I believe that we were already on Broadway.
We were running.
Yeah, because I remember, or maybe some I did before that, but I remember going to Lynn's dressing room like in between shows, and he was like, "Can I play some stuff for you? Like, will you do these demos for me?" And
Wait, am I that dumb? I didn't. Lynn also wrote Moana.
Yes.
Bitch, I did not know that. Wow,
Put some
I'm
respect
so
on his
dumb.
name.
See, educates and entertains.
There we go.
yeah, wow.
Wow, that man has his hands in
Yeah,
so
baby.
many things.
Yes.
Well, and it was funny was not to like give too much information, but he was trying to do something financially at the time, and he was just like, I can't do this thing, and he was like, but they didn't know that Hamilton was going to be Hamilton. He's like, I'm writing the show. I promise I'm good for it. and I still need to like circle back with him to see if like that thing ever came to light.
That's
but
funny.
It like, I hope that it did.
Probably did.
But yeah, I remember you or him or somebody was telling me like, oh yeah, Pippa, she's got to go and do this
I was singing
this
some
thing.
demos. I mean, I'll never forget. I mean, that's the thing about Lynn. You hear those songs, and Hamilton as well was like this, and you're like, that is an iconic
Hit.
song.
Smash.
Yes.
Come on, that melody. That's all I need.
That is in my opinion one of the newer greatest Disney songs of this time.
Absolutely.
That and like
Yeah.
Frozen.
Let It Go.
Yeah, Let It Go.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, that performance on the Grammys or Tonys is iconic because that girl hits her head.
Wait, she hits her head.
She doesn't hit her head.
Who hit her head?
The young lady that sings the song.
The lady?
The young girl that sings a song in the movie did a live performance of it. Am I not wrong? She does a live performance of it.
Brandon's
And one
fact
of the-
checking furiously right now.
And then
I was
the
like, what do you
dancers
mean?
are throwing around like feather contraptions, and one of them bonks her on the head.
no.
And like a true professional, she keeps on pumping.
That's right.
Absolutely, honey.
You just
You
keep
have to.
going.
She
You
knew
have
that.
to
She
keep
knew that
going.
whatever happened, Disney was going to take care of it afterwards.
Some good editing.
Yeah, baby. Whatever, whether it was a settlement or it was a department or something, they were going to hook her up.
Not just sentence. Despite
have-
her vocal prowess, the performance had a hiccup as one of the ribbon twirlers hit her on the head with her
twirler.
prop.
Oh,
Ribbons.
The
Wow.
newcomer, already a pro, barely flinched.
She did. She
That's
barely
right.
flinched.
That's how you do it.
Imagine that. Imagine that insurance claim was hit in head by ribbon
ribbon-
dancer.
By ribbon dancer.
By the ribbon or by the dancer?
Well, the ribbon.
It's an extension of the
Yeah.
dancer.
Yes.
A
At
rogue
fault
ribbon.
of the dancer.
Oh my God.
Let's do the classics first. So for
These are the least exciting to me because
Oh,
like they
come
mean
on.
nothing to me. I'm gonna be honest.
Peter Pan means nothing to you.
It's fine.
Peter
And
Pan.
that. See now I want to
After everything Michael Jackson went through.
Wow. Finding Neverland. Okay.
So we got Snow White, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Mary Poppins, Jungle Book, Aristocats, and I added in Robin Hood. Did you guys?
Oh my! It's been a.
It's been a long time. I think I've seen Robin Hood, but I don't remember it a lot. And I'll be honest with you, I never saw the Aristocats, not the Krats. I never saw the Aristocats, but I specifically remember when I would take the Lion King VHS out of its very thick and heavy case
Yes,
and
the
pop it
plastic.
open, the plastic.
Oh, I love to have the plastic.
You felt rich with those real
Oh.
Disney VHS
not
cases.
Not the sleeves.
Yeah.
But like
No,
the,
no. The book.
like the
plastic
puffy-
book.
the puffy plastic.
Yes.
Yes.
I would open that up. I will put it into my VCR TV combo into my in my room.
Yep.
And that would be the advert for The Lion King. And so I just remember everybody wants to be a cat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
And that's
I've
all
never
I
seen
knew.
it either.
Never seen it.
I've
Never seen it.
When we were
I've seen it. I don't remember it. I can't lie.
That's singing cats on a piano.
So Pippa and I have a link to Robin Hood, the movie from 1973. And I have a quick anecdote. So when Pippa and I were doing Hamilton, an American musical,
wait,
told
now I totally
yeah, now you remember.
this
Now you remember. I was waiting for you to remember. Pippa shows up to work dressed like this.
Can you see it?
Can you see it, everyone? We'll have the editor move it.
Was
in.
this on a Halloween day?
No, this is just her. This is just her, a Juilliard student, showing up
Got
to
it.
to work.
Got
By
it.
the way, I'm how old am I? 23, 24?
A babe.
24.
Now, we didn't really know each other very well. We'd maybe had 2 short conversations.
Yeah.
Like, we're still practically strangers.
Okay.
And she's looking like this, and I turned to her and I said,
It's giving.
I said, you look like that turtle.
And my reaction, right? This could go a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
Right? Like we don't know each other. We've barely spoken. And I pause and I go, "Which turtle?"
I
And
was
that's
like,
how we knew.
That's literally how our friendship began. And I was like, there's a turtle. There's an animated turtle, and he has a little hat with glasses on. So I start searching, and I find the turtle.
That is what you looked like.
I find the turtle. And
my God.
I did my research, and I found out that turtle is from the 1973 Robin Hood.
Who is he?
His name is Toby Turtle.
Toby
I
Turtle.
looked like Toby Turtle.
It's giving
Toby Turtle.
It's giving Toby Turtle.
Oh my God.
But of all of those movies, Peter Pan to me is just
Of the
no
mine's Mary
notes.
Poppins.
Mary
But
Poppins,
Mary Poppins
so
is
good.
not an animated film.
Yeah, but it's a musical.
It's a musical.
But it is animated. 'Cause remember she goes
Well,
to
there's
the
right.
animated
fantasy
parts in it.
land.
That's right.
I never got into the half animated, half real people movies.
Oh my God, wasn't it one of the first? It was like genre bending.
Oh,
yeah.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Just not for me.
Not for you.
And
that's fair.
That's fair.
But can you imagine like when people saw Dick Van Dyke
blown.
dancing with the penguins? They were probably
Mind's
like,
blown.
"Oh."
You know, I often feel like Dick Van Dyke in this industry. You know, when he has like he's the one man band and he's hitting and he's hitting the horn and he's like also like doing the chalk on the street and I'm like, yeah, I identify with that man.
Yeah.
He's doing-
Always trying to
just
make
show up,
things
show up
happen.
ready to go,
That's
ready
it.
to hit it, go to the podcast.
Bag of tricks.
And I, as someone who suffers from Peter Pan syndrome, feel very connected to Peter Pan.
That's your favorite.
Just kidding. No, it's not.
Oh.
It's not at all.
Peter Pan was
It's a great story.
amazing.
I'm just a much bigger fan of Hook the movie. I thought that took that
sure.
story to a way better place.
It is the Wicked of
Oh my God, that is a great way to put that there.
like just like giving
What
us
do you mean?
another
Spin-off.
like Hook is
sure.
giving us like another perspective
That's right,
of
that's right.
when
Peter
those
Pan.
boys were smelling that imaginary food,
Oh,
Yeah.
I was there with them. I
and
was
the
there with them.
colors.
Yes.
Yes.
I also, and this not to get into the parks, but in my opinion, the
Okay.
best children's ride is Peter Pan.
I hate
the
that
little
ride.
miniature,
I hate
the
that
little
ride so much.
miniature
I've never
town.
been.
My
that
only
one. know.
thing that I like about the Peter Pan ride is the cast members when you're getting on the little trolley will act like they have like magic dust and they'll throw it on the little bar and then it moves towards you and I think that's a special touch.
That's a nice touch.
That is a nice touch. And I believe it is Snow White that has told men that consent doesn't exist.
Was it Snow White or was it Sleeping Beauty?
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
Well, which one?
Well, she was.
Don't
there's
they
a
both
sleeping
get kissed
person
by
in both.
princes to wake up?
Well, yeah, okay, well, because Snow White eats the poison apple.
Yeah,
and
and
she, so she really is the victim. But really,
Well,
they're
she
both
is the victim, but how does she
Yeah.
wake up? Doesn't a prince kiss her?
Yeah.
A prince's true love kiss is what awakens
Oh,
her
you mean the
from her
movies? The movies
enchanted
taught
sleep.
that the lack of consent.
That a man can go up to a sleeping girl and just kiss her on the lips.
I interpreted what you said as like Snow White herself, and
No.
I was like,
No, the
they,
movie.
They are the victims.
No, they are the victims.
Yeah, wait a
Okay, the victim blaming?
No, I didn't say that. I said the movies. The movies.
Yeah, it definitely planted. Well, it definitely planted that seed of like the savior aspect of.
Yeah, no,
like,
thank you.
Yeah.
No,
Which,
thank you.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, times have changed.
They have.
We're learning. We're growing.
We are.
And we love that. We
and
love
as someone
that.
who likes to get
Yeah.
kissed by strangers, I'm just saying we can do better. You know? We could do better.
But do you like to get kissed by strangers in your sleep? If you
in
woke
a
up,
How
drug-induced
hard
slumber.
Well, how hard are they?
how?
Depends on how hot they are.
I mean, they're as hot as those Disney
Well,
princesses.
there we go.
But we actually, well, and we'll get into this later, but we actually don't think that
what?
the Cinderella prince is that hot.
No, he's not that hot.
But we'll let you decide later. We
Yeah,
have a
we'll
game
let you
for
decide.
to play.
We will
okay.
decide that
like
later.
which animated character are you crushing on? Game.
Well, something
we'll
of the
see,
sorts.
we'll see.
Something of the sorts.
Let's
Something
move
of the-
on. We got to move on to the golden years.
Okay.
This is my era.
This is it.
This is it.
Tell the people what we're talking about here.
We're talking about the hits. We've got Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas. These are my jams right here.
Hercules.
Hercules.
Mulan.
Oh yes.
Mulan.
Tarzan.
I mean, let's talk about how the music was so
Iconic.
good.
Iconic.
So good. That was kind of my first exposure to musical theater, really.
Oh, same.
Right?
My mother purchased for me a portable cassette player that was in, fun colors for children. And she also, unfortunately for her, purchased the Lion King soundtrack. And I wore that shit out.
Yeah.
I was listening to that ad nauseum every day.
That is some of Elton John's best work.
Incredible.
That is an incredible score.
Incredible.
It is still to this day running on Broadway. And if you really want to gag me so hard, I'll tell you how. When I meet someone, when I meet somebody, and I have met many people still in this day of our Lord and Savior 2025 that have not seen The Lion King on Broadway.
I have not seen Lion King on Broadway.
I did not know that, but I'm so gagged. Like, how are people still not seeing Julie Taymor's The Lion King?
It's amazing.
It's an incredible
The
piece of
opening
theater.
scene alone.
It's a spectacle.
You say
And
what?
everybody
But you need to
loves
go for the opening
puppets.
scene. You need to just go
But-
for the opening scene.
Okay, how long has the Broadway show been on? Because if the musical came out in what, 1994,
Wow.
so the musical was probably like 1996.
I think it was soon after. It was like
gotta be soon.
98.
I mean, I remember watching like TRL and seeing like,
for
the
sure.
Lion King.
Oh yeah,
The
in
Lion
the
King was
window.
getting a lot of
They
free
were-
advertisement from TRL.
That's right.
they got it moving, and I think that did they just celebrate their 25th anniversary or more?
Oh, well, so then that tells you.
I don't know.
So
I think
maybe
it was
2000?
25th. No, it was 25th because
Or
Wicked
1999.
is 2004, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
2004.
debuted in 1997.
97. So, honey, they got to work
Wow.
quick.
They got to work quick.
Wow.
They got to work with 3 years.
Quick.
They must have been working on it before. I got to give a shout out to our favorite girl, Lume. Lume has been hanging with us here at Tactful Pettiness for quite some time, and we appreciate the support. Lume is the #1 whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body. All products are baking soda free, paraben free, and pH balanced for safe use below the waist so that you can be odor free in your life. Now, the solid deodorant stick, incredible. It's formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Because, honey, once it starts, good luck. Sweat control deodorant. 72-hour odor and sweat control for pits, privates, and beyond. Spray deodorant. Aluminum-free and ideal for hard-to-reach places, if you know what I mean. Choose from a variety of fresh, bright scents like clean tangerine, lavender sage, or toasted coconut. Their starter pack comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. You can now find Lume in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. But you can get 15% off all Lume products with our exclusive code. If you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code TACTFUL for 15% off your first purchase at lumedeodorant.com. That's code TACTFUL at LumeDeodorant.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lume. I remember the Disney Channel did a whole thing, and like they had the kid. Remember Disney Channel had the kid reporters?
No, I was too poor to have Disney Channel.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's a touchy subject for me. I didn't have basic cable.
All right.
I was working with an antenna.
Okay. All right.
My only exposure to Disney were the VHSs that my mother had to scrounge for to
And listen,
afford.
that's how you keep it light with a dark subject.
That's right.
Poverty.
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 Wow. Oh, Goofy movie too.
Well, that's I wanted to we could get to that. The Goofy movie is, in my opinion.
Let me say this, not to make it about you.
Oh, please do.
But Cody did one of his Dancing with the Stars performances was to Goofy movie.
Goofy movie, yes.
He loves Goofy movie.
I love that movie. I think it has some of the best. Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell is the singing voice of. Oh my God! Why can't I think of his name?
I can never tell you any of the characters' names in Goofy
Oh my
movie, but I
God,
just
I'm
love Goofy
embarrassed
movie.
for
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen
myself.
Goofy movie?
Honestly, not in ages. But what's the song? Like, what's the?
Well, there's Eye to Eye, which is an incredible song.
But what's the
And-
electricity? Something?
Electricity song.
It's like. Dun, dun, dun.
Please do it.
Oh my God! You know
Stand
what
Out?
we should
Stand out.
Stand out.
Stand out above the crowd.
Ooh.
I think.
And as someone who's 6'2", you do that often.
Okay, and not to make it dark, but as a latchkey child, I believe that my mom did not want to go see a Goofy movie, so she bought me a ticket, put my ass in a seat, gave me a popcorn, and then went to go watch whatever movie she wanted, and came back and like checked on me like a few times.
Okay.
Because she didn't want to watch that shit.
Independent Women Part
Independent
3.
Women, yeah. It was like I don't want to be here.
I had a very different experience. I saw Goofy movie with my Auntie Peaches and Uncle Jimmy in Hawaii, and they we didn't go to the movies often, but like when I would go, like that was the movie we saw there. My story about the VHS gag was when all these movies, these golden year movies, were coming out. I was raised by a single mom, as well as Cody, as you know, and when Saturday rolled around and she didn't have to get up and go to work. She didn't want to get out of bed.
Right.
So in her bedroom, she had a TV with a VHS, and that all of my Disney movies were there.
That's right.
And I would wake up on Saturday. I would go get in her bed. She would sleep, and she would just keep putting. She'd like, which one do you want to see? And she'd put the next one in, and she'd go back to sleep, and I would sit and watch the movie.
That's so beautiful.
It was cute. It was cute.
comforting.
So she was like, if I needed something, I could wake her
So
up.
Disney
but, like,
movies were your
Yeah.
babysitter.
Truly on
Essentially.
Saturday, and she would say this as well.
Yeah.
She would say this as
Now,
well.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but the
Uh-oh.
internet says it, and they say that Goofy and Max are, in fact, black.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Baby, the Goofy movie and Donald and Daisy Duck, those are black people.
Donald and Daisy?
Yes.
Donald and Daisy are black?
Baby, Donald Duck and Daisy Duck is a black couple.
Wow, that's taking me out.
Honey.
I didn't know that. I know there's a lot of cartoons that are not black that are black. Like that one from Doug. What's his name? I forget his name because I be on the internet and
Oh, I know
that's
who
what
you-
TikTok says.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not saying this in my own accord. I'm saying this is what the internet says. So
TikTok said it.
please.
TikTok said it.
Yeah, TikTok said it. But Goofy and Max, definitely. A strong
Absolutely.
black
The
family.
barbecue? Please.
Yes.
But no, Donald and Daisy Duck, I will die on that hill. That is a black
Wow.
couple.
Wow.
Especially when they get dressed up. Tell me that's not a couple going to church. When Daisy has her little heels.
purse and the purse.
The purse and her little
And a hat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And
That
we
is-
love, and not to make it about the parks, but we do love a Daisy
Oh.
appearance at the park.
Oh.
She's a star.
They don't like to see us coming because we hyped them up too
we
much.
Really?
we hyped Daisy up.
Oh yeah, no,
way too
we
much.
will stop what we're doing to talk to Daisy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of those movies, Phillipa Soo, Esquire, doctor,
Yeah.
nurse practitioner, and pharmaceutical expert. What are your favorites
Okay, of the golden years?
of the
Yeah.
golden
I
years?
feel like, well, let me see that. I feel like
There's
the one that I
only-
saw the most was probably Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. That is the
Okay,
one that I
classic.
also have seen the most.
Yeah.
That is
You
the one I've
know-
seen the most because it was the
That
VH I had,
library.
and I would pop
Yeah.
that in frequently.
That and Aladdin.
Oh.
That is my absolute
Aladdin.
favorite.
You know, and also Pocahontas.
Oh, okay.
Pocahontas-
It's a little later in my
It's
life.
a little later.
but
It
it's a
is.
great movie, great song. Vanessa Williams.
Banana. Yeah.
She sang "Color of the Wind" or
Colors.
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 Oh,
Colors
too
of the
much.
Wind.
Not too much.
Not too much of a girl. I will say Pocahontas has definitely shaped my taste in men.
I
like-
Do you know what's so funny? Is that's exactly what I was gonna say.
John
Yeah,
Smith?
But I didn't say it.
Yeah, I like
Blonde,
men. I like
white men.
men who
That's
look
your
like John
type?
Smith.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
yeah,
There's
and
a
that's not an
history there.
advertisement I'm taking right now. So, but that is
By
just
a blonde white man.
blonde
I'm
white
gonna
man.
say insert picture.
Insert
Yeah,
picture
exactly.
here.
Like yeah,
Oh.
Fair.
and you can blame Disney for that. Okay.
Well,
Please.
I would say the same. Aladdin is my favorite.
Oh,
is my
yeah.
favorite movie. Let me.
Oh,
Let me
not
go.
Aladdin.
Let me go where I'm
Okay,
going.
go.
Let me go where I'm going.
I had a crush on Aladdin.
I
Yeah,
had a
of
massive
course.
crush on
Of
Aladdin,
course.
and I specifically love a man with a big nose, and I blame Aladdin for it. And you can see my track record
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I love a big nose. There's something. It's
I like a
feature on a man with a big nose. It's hot.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Manly.
amend what your statement and say I don't particularly want the nose to be big, but I want it to be prominent.
Okay.
Like
Oh.
Prominent and big.
distinctive. You know?
Distinctive.
Like
Sure.
like John Smith also had a prominent nose.
That's not the
remember.
feature I'm going towards for John Smith, but sure.
Well, yeah, because he had the tresses, of course. Of course. A fun story about Aladdin. That was my favorite game to play on Super Nintendo.
The Super Nintendo game of
Oh,
Aladdin.
I never played that
Top
one.
tier, baby. Elite side-scrolling game.
I think I played the
Incredible.
Lion King one.
The Lion King one is
Yeah.
good
Also
also.
good.
That's
That
good.
is a really good one. I believe I played that on Sega Genesis though. I could be
Sega.
wrong. But the
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Aladdin game, very, very good.
I wasn't like a
Ugh.
big video game kid.
I was.
like where my mom had to be like, Andrew, get off the video game. But when I was playing Aladdin, she was screaming. You need to get off and do your schoolwork.
Yes.
I did not have a
Something else.
Super Nintendo, but my neighbor did. And it's so weird that when you talk about that game, I can specifically remember the way that their house smelled while playing that game.
Oh.
Is that weird? Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
sensory.
And I'm not saying it's a
memory.
good smell. It was not a great
was a smell.
It was a smell. It wasn't smelly, but it was a distinctive
no,
smell.
I know that,
and
yeah.
It wasn't good.
Musky?
No.
Like sort of.
Yeah, describe the smell for us.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like, you know when you like fry food and that is in the air for too long? I feel like they
Sure.
were frying too frequently and not using the vent.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
I do know.
Yeah.
There are some houses I can still remember the smell.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I can also remember the smell of, I don't know if you guys remember it. This has nothing to do with Disney movies, but it was that 90s toy that you would like, you would put paint in like a bug-shaped thing, and then you would bake it, and then it would
Yes!
then it would create a little like
Creepy crawler. Like in the oven.
Yes, and I specifically remember the smell of that burnt toxic paint.
yeah,
Loved
really
it.
not good
Loved
for you.
it.
Oh, I love that
because you were
scent.
so excited about
Yeah.
the creepy crawler
Yeah,
that you were gonna
creepy
create.
crawlers.
Wow, you got
That was
the
probably
nostalgia.
really not good. Probably very toxic.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
nothing
Really
in the
bad
90s.
for us.
was
It's why
good
we
for
all have
us.
ADHD.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you guys ever do that thing where you'd go away on vacation or you'd go away for a while to like stay at your aunt's house or whatever, and then you'd come back and you'd be like, I would be like desperately trying to figure out what my own house smelled like.
Oh.
Did you ever do that?
No, but
because
that
you know when
makes
you go to
sense.
your friend's house, you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god, their house, it smells so different.
Yeah, yeah.
I can smell their house, whereas my house I can't smell.
Correct.
And it wasn't until you came back from being away for a long time. that
I
you'd smell
was
your
at
own
an
house.
unfair advantage because our house in California, we were doors, windows open kind of a house. So it was, the breeze was always going through.
Sure.
There was always a cross
But maybe
breeze.
it still smelled like, I don't know, trees or nature. Maybe it had that smell to it and you just didn't realize it because you were there all the time.
I could smell my house now, but it just kind of smells like a breeze.
House.
A breeze.
It smells like it smells like the Santa Ana winds.
A
my
breeze.
house.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, as you know.
Woo! LA.
Out there in LA,
Yeah, it's windy.
living the life.
Yeah, I've been out
You
there.
look so hot in those beach scenes too, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Not to take it all the way back to
Thank
Dr.
you.
Odyssey.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you were really working it.
I was eating a lot of chicken and salads. What can I say?
That makes sense.
But
That'll do it.
Yep,
but
that'll
more,
do it.
like more importantly, it was mostly because I was like, these days are really long. I need to like take care of myself. I'm
I
like,
find that
I'm
very
a snacker.
hard on long days like that.
Very
and especially
hard.
with the craft services, with the snacks there,
yeah.
tempting you.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
so many
candies?
delicious things.
Did you keep weights in your trailer?
No.
That's what when we were doing blind spotting, I would just like back my car to my trailer and I would put the weights in my trailer, and then because you're waiting for so freaking long
Yeah.
to shoot, and I would just be in there working out it would keep me also
Yep,
alert.
Totally. No, I was one of those crazy people that would wake up, even if I had an early day, I would wake up with enough time, but only to do
to work out.
30 minutes
We love that.
a day.
All you need
Every
is 30
day,
minutes sometimes.
30-minute
minutes.
pop ride.
That's all you need sometimes.
That's it.
That's all. And speaking of rides, I have done many a Disney ride.
Oh,
so
of
if
course.
you
Oh, really?
are listening to this podcast and you want to do some exercising, some cycling classes to a Disney ride, I got you, babe.
What are as the person who is curating the playlist for the Disney, like what are like the best Disney?
Well,
yeah.
Hercules is good in there.
sure.
Zero to Hero, great jog song. Great jog song. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I will be honest with you guys.
Under the Sea.
Okay, yes. But here's my thing. As much as I do enjoy the Disney rides that I have created, it's a little hard to exercise too for me because I need more energy. So it's a specific kind of person that wants to do that. And like, I will say it's like one of the only rides that like if you're taking my classes that you could probably play when your children are in the room because per Disney's request, I was not allowed to curse or make inappropriate jokes.
That's
And
good- that's good for
fair.
people to
That's
know.
tough but fair.
Yeah.
That's tough but fair. Speaking of Hercules, I will say Hercules is in my opinion, the last great golden era Disney film.
Yeah,
That was the one I was tuned in.
They did that.
Wait, not Mulan?
Oh, yeah, and there's Mulan.
No,
too.
Hercules is better than Mulan. Sorry about it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think so
Hercules has an
too.
incredible soundtrack. Go the Distance is an incredible
Wow,
song.
what a song.
What a song.
What a song.
But what I do appreciate about Mulan is they're scared of indoctrinating children. Baby, Mulan was a drag king.
Period.
Yeah,
Mulan was a drag king.
true. Also,
Possibly questioning transitioning. I don't know. That's a drag king. That is a girl dressed up as a boy.
But she had a reason.
yeah. that's
Okay,
true.
and drag
It
kings
was
across
more
this
for,
great
like,
nation don't have a reason?
I know,
Her
but she
existence.
had to protect for her family.
her-
Oh, so
yeah.
drag is okay when you have to protect your family, but not when you want to make a living for your family. Huh?
She had to fight because they were gonna send. Were they gonna send her like decrepit dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You can't be
had to
sending
fight
my
for her
old
family.
crippled dad." So that's
care.
why she did it.
Also, she didn't. She was like. Well, also, let's be fair. She was one of the first female Disney characters that was not necessarily a
princess.
A
And
heroine.
we
She
appreciate
was a
that.
heroine.
which I loved.
We
And also,
appreciate that.
I'm half Chinese, and seeing an Asian character on screen made me really excited as a
course.
kid. That was important.
Of course.
So, and also, like, Reflection. Or is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Reflection.
Yes,
Yes.
Reflection.
I bet also, like, as a Chinese American woman, it was so nice to hear Christina Aguilera sing that song. I bet that really warmed
Oh my God.
the heart.
Well, you know.
I mean, listen, she sang down.
She wasn't the only one.
Truly.
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of Disney movies where that happened.
Correct. I mean, yeah, Vanessa Williams was Pocahontas.
I thought that Judy Kuhn did.
Yeah, but-
the
Wait,
Okay.
singing.
did she? Oh, Vanessa
singing.
Williams did the radio version.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
remember
the radio
how?
version.
Because
Yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah.
how, like,
They
in
would do
Beauty
a
and the
radio
Beast,
version.
they did Celine Dion and.
But I think that was later. The Celine Dion version of.
no, that was in the credits.
Oh, was it?
So Celine Dion version is in the credits of Beauty and the Beast.
Well, Celine Dion can sing any song she wants.
All right, well.
And she's also French Canadian, and Belle is French. So that makes
That's
sense.
true. They
Okay,
are
I don't know,
French.
maybe. I don't know.
Not if you ask a French person.
I'm sure if you ask a Canadian, okay?
Quebecois.
But you will not have any erasure of my girl Leah Salonga.
Period.
Yeah.
What an incredible voice.
Which, didn't you do like a beautiful photo spread with her for Vanity Fair or something?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
go
did an
off.
interview together and got to do a
You had like a
photo
it's
to-
stunning,
It's amazing. But,
stunning
like,
photo
talk about
spread.
like meeting your hero. I was just like, oh my God. I was like so excited to meet her. I cannot tell you. It was like a dream
The
come
voice
true.
of hers on A Whole New World,
Yeah.
captivating.
And she was so young.
She was so young.
Mm-hmm.
I recently watched a video of, I guess maybe it was like a 25th anniversary. I don't know what it was. I watched it recently because I was on a whole Disney kick. She still slays that song
Yes.
perfectly.
Of course.
Well, just
Beautifully.
Like, and you have this in common with her. Like, you guys just have those voices that sound healthy. Like, you just have a healthy sounding, clear as a bell.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I'll never forget in my shot when we were downtown, we were teching my shot, and all the girls were. Were you on the whoa whoa whoa?
Yes,
So
yes.
all the girls were mixing that. And Alex Lackamore from the back of the house, he goes, girls, can you belt that? And I just remember you going, in like in your period dress, and you were like, and then she figured it out.
Well, you want to know something funny about, like, when was this? This was for the Kennedy Center Honors. Jasmine, Renee, and I were singing the Schuyler Sisters.
Yes.
And that was like 3 years after we had left
Departed,
the show.
yeah.
And we were rehearsing, and he's like, okay, so Jasmine, this is Lack. He's like, here's your part, and Renee, here's your part, and Pippa, here's your part. And I was like, okay, put it back down to the original key. And he was like, no, that's what you sang. I was like, what? I did? Oh my God, it's so high. I was like, I had to like remember that part
Yeah.
of
You
my
Gag
voice.
yourself.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you know that someone hired Jodie Benson, who sings
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
to sing at their wedding?
Oh yeah. Well,
And
wait, who?
That's a good check. I don't know, but I've seen a video.
I mean, that's kind of her bag. That's kind of Jodie Benson's bag. She like sings at concerts. She sings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She's got a great voice. I feel like
Beautiful voice.
Jodie Benson also sings that song Disneyland.
What's Disneyland?
Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The bag that those people must have made off of one song,
Oh,
the royalties,
Yeah.
baby.
the parks.
I just saw. Wait,
The
I just
toys?
saw. Wait, I just saw. Jodie Benson is playing Mama Rose in Gypsy, and her daughter is playing her daughter.
Where?
I don't know. At a
We gotta see it.
regional
Rose?
theater someplace.
We're going.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard
Oh, okay.
in the musical Gypsy.
Homes.com knows that when it comes to home shopping, it's never just about the house or condo. It's about the home. And what makes a home is more than just the house or property. It's the location and neighborhood. If you have kids, it's also about schools, nearby parks, and transportation options. That's why Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth information they need to find the right home. And when I say in-depth, I'm talking deep. Each listing features comprehensive information about the neighborhood, complete with a video guide. They also have details about local schools with test scores, state rankings, and student-to-teacher ratio. They even have an agent directory with the sales history of each agent. So when it comes to finding a home, not just a house, this is everything you need to know all in one place. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Okay, let's move on to the new school. That is High School Musical.
Oh.
Don't even. Do not.
Do you not like it? Listen, I
just
cried.
Is that I didn't. Even,
I feel like
guess
High
it's
School-
Disney Channel.
I feel like High School
Yeah.
Musical was a transitional placeholder for the Disney collection, okay? Because we were out of the golden era. We still needed somewhere to put our musical energy, and High School Musical took its place.
Well, they probably knew that we were all growing up,
Yeah.
had watched those
Yes.
movies,
Yes.
and now it's like, what are we gonna make for all those
Yes.
kids?
Very smart.
Maybe
Honey,
that's
that girl
why.
doing the
Figured
hip hop.
out.
That girl doing the hip hop in the
Yeah,
cafeteria.
she ate with that.
Huh?
She wants to pop and lock
Yeah.
and
That's
sing.
right.
And let me tell you about
Oh,
this.
I'm so
Let me
sorry.
tell you about this girl. She's now a woman. She is a content creator on Instagram and
Yep.
TikTok and all this, and she is still
Still
pop
popping and
locking
locking and singing.
at Disney World because she came across my
That's
For
her
You
whole
page,
gig.
and I was just like,
Ooh.
who is this woman? The
Girl is stick to the status quo. That's her dream.
The girl's like, I like to pop, lock. That girl. She is
I've-
now a woman, and she is still
Still doing that
popping,
gig.
locking. But she does it like
Wow.
at the Disney parks, like in a dress.
Wow.
Well, she's
Yeah.
doing it on TikTok too.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're
Yes,
talking
you
about.
know who we're talking about.
She's like always.
I've
yes.
sent it to you.
it's
I've
so
sent her
iconic.
videos to you.
Listen, Disney will set you up for a career. You just have to figure out where it's going to take you.
Listen, honey, Ashley Brown played Mary Poppins in whatever year that was, but it was on Broadway, and she is still getting that Disney check, honey, singing
From the original
Singing all over, yeah.
Broadway. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, High School Musical did have incredible songs. I will say that.
The
T for
catalog.
Troy. Thank you.
And it radicalized theater kids everywhere.
It did.
It did.
Sure.
Yeah, it did. I was a High School Musical naysayer at first. Like, I remember being like, I felt like I was too old to enjoy High School
Yeah, me
Musical.
too. This was when I was in my freshman
You
year
were.
of college or something.
Yeah.
I mean, high school. I'm so sorry.
You were, but
I was too old to be enjoying it.
I was home and Disney Channel was on for some reason, and it was on, and I was just chilling, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch this. By the end of that movie, I was fully crying in the den.
Because what happened?
The end is just like when they all dance together. We're all in this together.
Is
I
it
mean,
because they graduated or something?
well,
or
it was just like they had resolved their issues. They they got to live their dream. The basketball guy got to be in the play, and he also got the
Yeah.
girl. And Corbin Bleu was there. It was just like, there was just like,
Blue was there.
yeah, there
But
was
you
just
never
like, there was
see
just,
the musical is the gag. It's like High School Musical, but there's
then
no
you never see the
musical.
musical.
Yeah.
It's all the lead up to the musical.
yeah.
Right.
And they sing together, and it's everyone's happy.
Isn't there a number where they're like playing with they're like
Basketball.
it's like the choreography is all
Bring
like,
it
Get
to
your
the
head in the
yard.
game. Get
your head in the game.
Yes,
Get your head in the game.
That's a good song.
Great song.
And I have put that in one of my Disney rides.
Oh,
Yep.
And I did tell my
Get your head in
basketball
the game. It's
coach.
good
It's a
if you had
good one.
to get that
I
wasted.
told my basketball coach I wanted to be in the
Get your head
musical.
in the game.
Of High School Musical?
No, literally, like after watching the movie, I told my basketball coach I'm quitting. I want to be in the musical,
Oh.
and denied.
And
And
how'd
that's why
that
I'm here
go?
in this chair.
Wow.
How'd that go?
Didn't work out.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
as someone who was in many high school musicals in Ragsdale High School,
Oh, were you really?
I made it.
Yeah. What
What
musicals were you
musicals
in?
did you do?
Wait a minute, we never.
No, we
I
never.
didn't say I could sing well. I said I was in them.
Yeah, sure.
I was the best person available for certain roles.
Okay.
My freshman year, we did Joseph. Joseph
Familiar.
in the Technicolor
Gotta do Joseph,
Dreamcoat.
yeah.
Great one. Oh my God. We did. I think we did Footloose at some point.
Gotta do Footloose.
I did
That's
Footloose.
a staple.
Do you know that we also did Fame? Wait, I'm gonna tell a story.
This is
and
important.
I'm so glad that it didn't happen. No. So in Fame, there's like a black male character.
Tyrone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know that my drama teacher almost tried to cast me as Tyrone because I was the only one that could dance the part?
Yeah. I
And
buy it.
I am so glad that didn't happen.
Listen.
I'm just so glad that happened because 2003, Cody Rigsby did not have the insight of how that would impact 2025 Cody Rigsby.
Sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But what wasn't working in our advantage at that point in time was that like those videos aren't on the internet. You know?
Excuse me, they somehow found a video of me doing Grease
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we
to
saw
then
that
put on
one.
Dancing with the Stars and also put on the Kelly Clarkson show
Okay,
for me.
okay,
So
all
those
right.
videos, someone from Ragsdale High School would have had the video. And
mean-
I'm glad.
You didn't give it to them.
No, I wasn't Tyrone. I was just someone
ABC, they did their digging.
They did their digging. I did not give it to
Disney
them.
figured it out. Well, listen, I did a production of Dreamgirls in high
You
school.
did?
Well, I've done Dreamgirls 3 times.
Oh,
But
I'm so sorry.
The first time I did
So sorry.
the first time I did Dreamgirls was at high school, and Effie White was played by a white woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So
And
when
was
you
she-
said that,
and was she slim figured or not?
she was slim figured.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a double. That's double homicide.
Double homicide. But let me tell you
Double
something.
homicide.
She was the only one in the school that could sing the role.
Oh.
So they said,
yeah.
Was there blackface involved?
no, not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
I also did Pirates of Penzance.
Oh,
Wow.
In high school?
I said Oklahoma.
That's
Oh, we
advanced.
did. I did
Okay.
Oklahoma,
Yeah, you
too.
got to do Oklahoma.
I was the not the lead, but the second lead vocalist.
so Curly and
Judd
then,
Fry.
Curly.
Oh, you were
Oh,
Curly.
you were.
That's
you
the
were,
lead vocalist.
everything's
No.
up to date in
Then who's the
Kansas
next one?
City.
The mean guy.
No,
Jed.
there's another guy.
No, there's another
Ada
guy.
Annie's
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
What's his name?
Don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But that's not Disney musicals.
Okay.
No,
So so what else do we have? We have Princess and the Frog, which we talked about with the martinis already. Frozen.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
cultural reset.
Cultural reset.
Cultural
Nothing
reset.
will ever be the same.
A refresh.
I do feel really bad for parents though.
Oh yeah, they got.
You know that movie has been on repeat in their homes.
I do know some parents that are like, I'm kind of holding out with Frozen.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's going to be so well liked that I'm going to be watching it a lot.
You got to hold it off. You got to hold it.
gotta
as
hold
long as you
off.
can.
Yeah.
As
One
long
of my
as you can.
favorite memes is it's a picture of the Frozen music book next to a recorder.
Yep.
And I said, this is every parent's worst nightmare. Imagine your child
Guaranteed.
comes home with a recorder and the Frozen book and is doing the music from Frozen, Let It Go, so wrong, so off key, so off beat.
Yeah,
You've already heard it enough on Disney Plus.
And
You've
you're
heard Let
trying
It
to-
Go
Yeah.
so many times on Disney Plus. And Elsa, I just need you to
let it go.
Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to do my taxes.
I'm trying to do so many things.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to look on Zillow.
And
Stop playing that right
as
now.
we've said before, Adina Menzel having such iconic, iconic
she
songs.
Gets the most iconic songs.
Iconic.
All she needed was Defying Gravity and Let It Go. And honestly, if she just wanted to sit at home and do nothing for the rest of her life, she could live off those two songs.
I wonder, like, I doubt we'll ever interview her, but like, I wonder if these opportunities like just come like knocking, or if she's like out, like being like, yeah, Steven, I got to do that thing for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is she kind of inspiring these songs to come her
sure.
way? Like, is she going and
Because that's almost 9 years after Wicked.
yeah?
But it's so iconic in its own. Like, even if you don't know Wicked, you've probably heard Defying
Of
Gravity.
course.
Well,
now,
at
for
this
sure.
point.
At this
Well,
point, absolutely.
especially now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Whether
before
you
the
wanted to
movie-
hear it or not.
Before the movie, absolutely.
Okay, and now on Moana, I feel like
That's a great song also.
Well,
as
yeah.
we've
Well,
spoken
that
about before.
that also, no pun intended, turned to the tide, so to
Oh,
speak.
okay.
I feel like another great musical movie about a woman who's not
A princess.
a princess, and also it has nothing. Like, her journey has nothing to do with needing the love or approval.
Same thing with
of a
Frozen.
man.
Same thing with Frozen. Actually, the prince was the villain, essentially, right?
True.
yeah,
And it was
but
about
She was
sisters.
a queen, though.
Yeah,
she was a
wasn't.
well, she was a queen,
She was
but
a
she
royal
was
person.
she was a royal
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
she wasn't needing a man to take care of her. She just needed the love of her sister.
Yeah, Disney. They've learned their
learned their lessons.
They've learned their
Well,
lessons.
truly, it's reflective of. They listen to culture, clearly.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a problem with the Princess and the Frog, though.
Well, yeah.
Because why is the Black Princess a frog? The
Honey,
majority of the movie.
You sound like my mother. She went off when she said, we wait all this time to get a black girl as the princess, and they make her a frog the whole movie.
the whole movie.
Honey, I had to roll the window down. My mom was yelling so much about that. She was very, very upset about that.
I can imagine her being upset.
Of course. Yeah. And she wasn't even raising a little girl. She was just like, and you got to see this.
Close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Close enough.
My mom always says that she never wanted a boy. She always wanted a little girl.
And that's why.
But she was so happy that she got a gay boy because like I can do the manual labor, but then I get to do the fun
Kiki with her.
fun like girl things with her. Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Cody, would you like, before we move on, would you like to say any words about the movie Encanto?
That's so loaded, that question.
Did I have a hot take about Encanto?
Don't you love Encanto?
I've seen it once. I've seen it once. I'm not in love with the film.
Cody, I thought you loved Encanto. I thought that was like your.
You are confusing me with Corey D. Stewart.
Oh.
You are confusing.
No, I thought we talked about it the other
No,
day.
no, no.
Because you added it. It's
Because
like, but what about
it's a
Encanto?
film
It's a great
with Latin representation.
That is
Great one.
hilarious. I thought you were about to monologue.
Also,
about Encanto.
Lin-Manuel wrote the song, didn't he?
Andrew,
Yeah.
Lin put his Lindsay into
Are we
that.
talking? Are
Honey,
we
you
talking?
don't know about
Nobody's talking about Bruno.
Honey,
Yeah.
Lin is an excellent songwriter and lyricist. Like, he is fantastic.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno as iconic.
That was a big
Also, in one
culture
of my
moment.
Disney rides, it was a
That was a big
cultural
culture moment.
Not as big as Let It Go, but it was definitely the kids were singing it for sure. The
Okay,
kids were singing it.
we have to do an honorable mention for a non-Disney animated film.
Well, we have to let's set this up because listen,
This is
Disney
important.
had the foots on the necks of children across this great nation. Okay, with the music, we were all singing these songs, especially in the golden years, and DreamWorks had to do something. DreamWorks had to do something, and they said Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston get together and make one of the greatest songs that has ever been singed.
Singing.
Singeth. And so you had The Prince of Egypt, which I don't think is particularly a great film, but some might think it was a Disney film because the song was so incredible.
And the rollout, the budget alone. They it kind of was, even though it was before social media and all that, like, it didn't matter if the movie was good. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey were doing
singing
the
the
main
song.
song, and they were on Oprah Winfrey singing it, and that's all we needed.
When you sent me this list, I was like, Prince of Egypt. I don't remember if I saw.
I've never seen it.
And the song comes up, and not only does it come up, I know the song.
Oh, you know
somehow.
it.
I don't know how I know the song. I just know the
one
song.
of the greatest songs ever performed, in my opinion.
Incredible.
Yeah,
It's
the
gorgeous.
this is a hard thing. Because when you put two people that are one of the greatest vocalists together and you're like, okay, finally make a song, it could have been a flop. It could have been a flop. It could have been a dud. It was not. It was not.
The riffs.
Yeah, and the riffs in tandem.
I
Yeah.
I
In
love
harmony.
watching it.
You.
I love watching it on Oprah because secretly you can see that Whitney Houston is trying to outdo Mariah Carey.
Ooh, I was
Yeah.
wondering that when I was watching the music video. I was
That's
like,
the
I
lore.
wonder what
And,
the
and
dynamic
Mariah's
was.
a little peeved
Uh-huh.
about it, but they both keep their cool.
Yeah.
They sing it on Oprah and they sing it one other place. There was one other
Yes.
time they sang it live.
They
like
sang
maybe
at
the
an
Grammys or
award
something,
show.
an
Yeah.
award show.
Yeah.
And that's a great song.
But one of my favorite, now we've completely gone on a tangent, but one of my favorite like award show moments is when Mariah and Whitney show up to like present
the brown dresses.
wearing the same dress.
Yes.
And they're like, well, this won't do. And then one of them rips
Yeah,
the
she
thing
rips
off.
up,
Yeah.
It's iconic.
It's amazing.
iconic.
It's amazing. And
iconic.
also, like, you think about, like, because the music industry's changed so much, so it's hard to think about talent in the same way that we did back then. But it felt at that moment just like the two biggest entities in pop music were participating in something. Now I feel like it would be kind of hard to, like, figure out who that is, even though there are obviously clear front runners, but it's just like, it's hard now. It's harder now to achieve that
Sure.
special.
It was a moment in time.
Special moment. Yeah. Shall we go to our game for Pips? Okay.
We shall. Now,
So-
if you've come to see the XOXO Cody tour,
Which she has not.
which she has not,
No.
you know that we've played Smasher Pass with Disney princes.
Princess.
Nope, not princesses. Princes.
Disney princess.
And so we are going to put two Disney characters on the screen, and you are going to either smash or pass them. And
What does it mean to smash
smash
something?
is to have sex with,
Oh.
and
okay,
pass is
great.
to not have sex with.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
some of
okay.
these characters are animals.
Yeah.
So I'm
And we do not
And
condone bestiality.
We do not
on
condone
this show.
bestiality, but you cannot say, "Oh, I can't answer this." You
Yeah,
have to answer.
you have to choose.
because we will choose also.
You have to
Okay.
choose. Yeah.
And it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
We all know the essence. It's like the essence of the character.
Yeah.
Would you smash?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the visual, like, we'll figure it out as we go.
Got it.
Why not?
Okay,
And speaking of,
Oh.
we have Mufasa, and we have Simba.
Adult Simba.
Adult Simba.
Adult Simba.
Adult Simba.
Adult Simba.
Adult Simba.
I think adult Simba wins for me.
Yeah. Smash Simba.
Yeah, smash Simba. Mufasa, like
Ren.
what?
Simba has that BDE.
Oh, is that what you think?
No, everyone thought he was
Simba
so
has
cute.
BDE?
I said the energy.
Oh, I thought is that why you had a crush on him?
Yeah, everyone had a crush on Simba.
Is everybody
At 8
saying
years
that-
old, you were thinking of BDE like that?
I'm saying the way it aged, like I was like Simba was hot looking back.
I always
I mean,
say,
honey, he throws Nala
could
down
get
in
it.
that in that
he
yeah.
does
in that grass. Uh-huh.
I would say that, most maybe young girls or gays maybe had a crush on Simba because the voice was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JTT.
JTT.
They even gave young Simba
The butt cut.
They gave him the Jonathan Taylor Thomas
Butt cut.
hair.
Oh,
Which
that's
was
hilarious.
very
I don't know
iconic
who
of
that
them.
man
You
is.
gotta see it.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Taylor Thomas?
That's why I don't know
Don't
who
look
this
up a
man
current
is.
picture.
Yeah, no,
look
no,
up
no.
look up
No.
a picture from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Oh, Woody or Buzz Lightyear?
This is a tough one.
Buzz Lightyear is giving wants a trad wife, and that's not for me.
Wait, what is a trad wife?
A
Everybody.
traditional
oh,
wife.
oh.
And I
Yeah.
don't like that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, Woody is tall and skinny, and that isn't even BDE. That's just, you got a big dick.
Yeah, that is a common thought in our community. Is
Yeah.
that if they're
Tall,
tall and thin.
white man that's skinny.
And there's
Yeah.
no guarantees in this
No
life.
guarantees in
but
this life.
Occasionally,
I feel like Woody's a little bit, not to
yeah,
but like, I think he's a little
too small.
wittier.
Oh, wittier.
Oh.
Oh, you're going for the intellect.
I am.
Oh.
yeah.
am.
So you would smash Woody because he's a good conversation.
I feel like he would just be a little more in touch with what's happening with me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Whereas Buzz, you might have to be like, hello, like.
Oh no, he doesn't care if you
He's like, yeah,
if you climax. He
No.
he could care less. Woody's out here looking out for Lil Bo Peep, for the army men, for the Slinky. He's
Yeah, he
worried
has
about the
a
community.
concern for other
He's worried about the
He's
community.
civic-minded.
He's civic-minded,
Yeah.
and so he definitely would care about your needs.
Sure.
He's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I for many years was a Buzz Lightyear smash, and I have amended my looking at them now. I'm gonna change my previous answers to Woody.
okay.
I stood for Buzz
Okay.
Lightyear for a long time.
Oh.
Gaston
This is too hard.
or
This is
Aladdin.
hard. Gaston and Aladdin, they're both hot to me.
They're both very hot. I mean, I would choose Gaston just because
a
of
large man.
the size. Like, I just feel like that would just be such a fun experience to just have the mass, you know?
Yeah. He is a psychopath a little bit.
Yeah, that's why we like him a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm not
That's
saying I want to be in a
okay.
relationship.
Yeah,
with
just
him.
smash.
Sure.
Just a smash.
And as I said before, smash, but I'm not telling anybody. I hope nobody finds out. I hope nobody finds out, but
Yeah.
I would.
I will be proud of it, but I will not tell people
anybody
about
no,
it.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and if I see him in the street, I'm not looking in his eyes.
Unless
He wants to go
he wants to
again.
do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not too much of my girl Aladdin because big nose.
Oh, that's right.
And and also,
He's
broke guys know how to fuck because they don't have anything else going on for them.
He's definitely.
They have to know how to throw
He's
down.
definitely the guy that has the mattress on the floor
Yeah.
and the dirty socks in the
Yeah.
corner
Yeah.
and a bag of Fritos.
And he also might be packing. He needed that
The harem
big
pants,
pant,
the harem
Oh my
pants. Yeah.
God.
You know?
to be swinging, and he's a lover of animals.
Yeah.
Baboon.
That
that's
doesn't do anything
true.
for me.
yeah.
That's actually a con.
Cody is one of the only people on earth that is just kind of like lukewarm on Patty LuPone.
Yeah.
He's like not like obsessed.
Yeah.
What?
Let's not fight about it. Yeah, I know.
It's
but
She's
it's nothing
the
against Patty. It's
best.
against most dogs. Most dogs I don't like.
Do you like any animals?
Sometimes, not usually.
Cats?
The smell. It comes back to the smell. I don't want my house smelling
Oh
like an
my
animal.
God.
Moving on, Tarzan or Hercules?
Oh, smash Hercules.
Yeah.
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 I need that
In
Mount
the- in
Olympus,
the-
honey.
In the skirt.
Yes.
Keep the skirt on.
Absolutely.
I'd like to keep it on.
He doesn't. Oh, yeah.
He
That's
wears
right.
the skirt.
I'm trying to have.
For a
I'm
second,
trying to
I was like,
have.
he wears
I'm trying to
pants.
have a god in my lineage.
But
Well.
Tarzan, that's feral. You know.
animalistic.
Yeah.
Animalistic behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little too dirty for me. Like
Yeah,
Hercules,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
he
yeah.
smells good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
got those like cute eyes. Like
Yeah. Tarzan definitely has foreskin, which I'm here for, but it's definitely
Unkempt.
Unkept.
Unkept. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh.
This one's so easy.
Kronk from.
What?
No, I'm saying telling the.
Oh yeah,
the
they
people.
can't see the visual.
Kronk is from Emperor's New
Emperor's
Groove,
New
right?
Groove.
Which I've never seen.
And Li Shang
Shang
from
from
Mulan.
Yeah.
Li Shang is so hot.
Li Shang.
He's so hot.
Obviously.
Li Shang.
He's so hot.
He's a warrior.
A warrior.
You know what I mean? I need him to be a warrior in the bedroom.
Yep. make a man out of me.
I
if
also
you will.
love a little man bun. I just love it.
As
yeah.
someone who had a man bun, I don't want to talk about that, but
You don't like having
You
man
don't like the
buns.
man bun?
I just it wasn't a good look for me.
It wasn't a good look for you.
It wasn't
but
a good look for
but-
me. I tried.
Yeah,
It
you
was bad,
tried.
unsuccessfully.
But like, isn't there? Like, what's the old saying? It's like if you look at pictures of yourself and you don't cringe and you haven't grown.
Oh.
You know, it's like about like
Oh.
the evolution
It's
of
a great way to
style and
spin
like
it. Thank you so
and
much,
like and like
Andrew.
pushing the boundaries. So it's like
Sure.
if you look at a picture of yourself from 10 years ago, you're like, yeah, I look the same, and you're like, oh, girl, maybe wanna.
Yeah, like
Change it up.
turtle glasses girl.
Yeah, who's turtle glasses girl?
Who's
You've
turtle?
ev- Yeah.
Toby the turtle.
You've evolved. Okay. Prince Charming
okay.
and Prince Eric. Both of these are a pass for me,
Prince Charming seems a little dead in the eyes.
and a little gay with that limp wrist.
Yeah, Prince Charming feels like, and he feels just like he's on lithium. Like I feel like he's just like kind of like there's like he's just kind of baseline.
Back to it, he don't know consent.
And
wow.
that's why we're gonna pass on Prince Charming.
I'm passing on both of them because he doesn't know consent, and Prince Eric, he had to have an entire school of fish and frogs and wildlife hype him up just for a first kiss with a woman. That's not a
So-
good sign.
Oh, really? I thought it was like a sign that he's like maybe like sensitive.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know
No.
if she's into it.
No. No.
It's a red flag for you.
If you need so many people to hype you up to give a closed mouth kiss to a woman,
Well, you know what's interesting about this pairing is that like it's actually the opposite. Like one didn't need consent, and one
then the other
needs
is.
the
So
entire
well,
ocean
yeah.
to encourage
he
him.
needed written consent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
an NDA signed because he is a prince.
Prince Eric also
Yeah.
kind of gives that energy where, like, I mean, all the girls that are on land and, like, he has to find the one that's under the ocean. Like,
Come on, girl.
stop making
Yeah.
everything such a project.
He would though.
He would.
He would. But I guess I have to pick one. I'm going to go, I guess, Prince Charming because he probably is gay.
Wait, you would choose Prince Charming after all that?
Well, I'm
you would
just
smash
saying,
him?
I'm just saying, like, I got to pick one. I don't want to pick either one, but the rule is you got to pick one.
Oh, no, I'm definitely picking Prince Eric because he knows how to sail a boat, honey. I want him to take me out on the water and wine and
Yeah.
dine me.
That tracks.
Oh, Villains Edition, Scar and Jafar. Scar and Jafar.
Jafar.
I feel like this is a toughie.
Yeah.
I feel like Scar,
Okay.
but
Because you like a classically trained actor.
Yeah.
well, perhaps, but
Jonathan,
also,
not-
but
no,
also because
Ian.
Jafar, Iago's always or does
Iago's always
Wait,
Oh my
around.
God,
Wait.
voyeuristic.
Do they both have
Well, they-
parrot sidekicks?
No, hyenas. Oh, no, because Iago was forced to be his sidekick in the end.
But then Zazu.
No, I mean
for-
Zazu. I meant
Zazu.
Zazu was forced to be his sidekick.
Oh,
in the
right.
end.
So,
So,
because
yeah.
Zazu technically works for Mufasa.
But
Right.
because the kingdom was taken over,
Yeah,
he
then
had to
has to
technically
work-
work for Scar.
But there's both
Against his will.
But both guys, there's going to be probably a bird in the room.
yeah, for sure.
Put a bird on it.
So you're gonna have to be okay.
yeah. You got to
with
be
that.
okay with birds.
And as someone who's not really into role play but could get into role play, like I don't mind being dressed up like Red Jasmine and like being chained up. So maybe I'm gonna go with Jafar.
well, and Jafar also does turn into a giant snake. when
Oh,
the rubber hits the road.
and he's still got a wish, one
He's
wish
also got
left.
the Erykah Badu turban on.
Yeah.
He's like,
Maybe he has more power.
He does.
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
Right, as opposed
sorcerer.
to Scar, who's
He could be
just
like
A lion.
yeah, he's just a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scar's
okay.
just like a gay lion.
a gay lion.
Well, like who doesn't, who like barely even gets his inheritance. Like he's got to like kill somebody to get the inheritance.
that's
And he
true.
just-
Spoiler.
and he ruins it.
So maybe
He
not.
ruins
Maybe
it.
it's
He ruins
Jafar.
it.
Maybe we change
I'm
our
going with
minds.
Jafar.
I'm going with Jafar too because like also like I don't want a lion on top of me like that.
Oh, but you'll do Simba.
That's different.
Oh,
my God.
Okay, this is fun.
Quasimodo versus Mike Wazowski.
Wazowski.
Okay.
What is the lady saying?
Well, Mike is gonna make you laugh. Mike's gonna make you laugh.
But Quasimodo got that hump.
My hump, my hump,
I
my
think
hump.
I think Quasimodo is paying attention. I think he's look at him holding
surely
look at
is.
him holding the tiny bird.
Yeah.
You're so cerebral.
You know what I mean?
You're like, this is a man.
This is the
This is a man
difference
who
between men and
thinks.
women.
Yeah. You're
This
like,
is the
Like
difference.
he's gonna take care of my needs.
wow, he is. He really thoughtful. He went to hell and back for Esmeralda.
I just
I've never
see
seen it.
Mike Wazowski and I think, oh god, that's gonna be too much to deal
Exhausting.
with.
He's got to be the center of
Absolutely.
attention all the damn time.
Yes, too much talking, too much too much.
Yeah. I would smash Quasimodo as well, but for different reasons than you.
Okay.
I really I would do Quasimodo because he has a really, really impressive real estate portfolio. He lives in one of the most coveted pieces of architecture in the world.
That had to be recreated.
Yeah, and imagine living there now. They've got central air. They've got the beautiful glass cathedral.
Wi-Fi maybe?
No.
There's definitely Wi-Fi.
Because where am I living with Mike Wazowski? In a fucking door factory?
Simple apartment.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this
That's it.
out. we could do that for 40 years.
We could.
Should we close out with a scam of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a scam of the week.
Do you really?
I refigured my scam of the week.
Oh, okay.
Because I also have a scam of the week, so we can do two.
Yeah.
So you're on your break.
Uh-huh.
You're on your way somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
You think to yourself, God, I could use a coffee.
Okay.
Okay? And so you go to the nearest coffee spot. Maybe it's a big chain coffee place. Usually these are the ones that do this, but sometimes not these days. And you're like, oh, great. It's fairly, open. There's not a lot of people. There's not a huge line. I'm going to get a coffee. And so you say, I'll have a oat milk latte or whatever.
Okay, you're getting fancy with it.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, hold on one second. And I can see them fulfilling all of the orders of the people who have ordered a coffee and are going to come pick it up. Online.
The mobile pickup is
Your
really
priority-
fucking up.
Mobile pickup is ruining the authenticity of the coffee shop experience.
The in-person experience. You're prioritizing a person that's not even here.
And they're, by the way, they're fools because their coffee, they're going to come get their coffee. It's going to be cold or the foam will be melted. And what is the point? Isn't that the point of drink? Why not, if you want a quick coffee and you don't want it to
There's an espresso machine in your home.
or in your office or wherever you are, there's coffee everywhere. The whole point of going to a coffee shop is so that you have it. It's the perfect temperature. They made it for you there. You look at a menu, you take your time, you get off your phone, and you can enjoy your coffee.
This has always been, this speaks to a larger issue. This is something that's bothered me for quite some time since I was a small boy.
Oh.
When I would go into a business and I'm speaking to the proprietor or the secretary or the person at the attaché, whatever. And we have started our interaction and the phone rings and they pick up the phone in front of me, drives me crazy. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
hold on one second.
Yeah,
no,
I don't even.
I'm here in person.
I'm actually here.
I came in here. I don't even mind if the person says, "Hey, can I put you on hold?" And then they
that's
continue.
fair. That's fair.
That's fine.
That's
but
fair.
if you pick it up and there is more than a 4 back and forth, and then I'm like, so then what?
What am I doing here?
What am I doing here? I'm
just
so sorry.
I should have just called.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should have
Exactly.
just called.
Yeah. I should have called.
Yeah.
And then I got better service.
I hate
Right.
calling a business. I hate calling a business.
What is your scam, Cody?
My scam of the week is the Disney Vault.
I knew you were gonna say.
Y'all tried to create some sense of urgency that these movies were going into the vault, never to be seen again.
Sure.
And you forced our parents to go buy these films. Some of them we didn't even care about, nor did we want to see.
You lied to us.
You
several
lied to us
times.
so many times because, first of all, you put it in the vault, it would come back out of the vault. You try to create a sense of urgency, and guess what, baby? Everything that you put in that fucking vault is on Disney Plus, and I'm paying $12.99 a month to see whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, no, the Disney Vault was a made-up thing that you did to exploit us into buying more films, and we had so many. You had the
all of
monopoly.
them.
You had the monopoly on the movies. We had them all.
And what was the thing about the Vault movies is that they were remastered and they were
Yeah, and you have to get it now, or else it's going to go back in the vault, and then you're not going to be able to buy it at the store.
It came out on DVD. Is that what?
Oh,
it did?
I'm sure when it came out on DVD, they also reopened the vault.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I actually like about Disney Plus. Not an ad. Is that you can go. And the vault is open.
The vault is open.
You know what I mean? You are in the Disney
They
vault.
literally gave you the code.
You can look all around.
The keys to the kingdom, if you will.
Yeah, and in fact, it's overwhelming.
There's too much content.
I'll go to. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a Disney film.
A lot of the times I'm in the mood for a Disney film.
And I'll go onto Disney Plus, and I end up watching something else because I can't choose.
It's too hard.
It's
and
hard.
also, I'm not a fan of, and maybe if anybody's watching out there who does this kind of thing for these apps, I don't like turning on the app and then getting immediately bombarded with the trailer.
I don't like the noise.
No.
Shh.
Oh.
I don't like when it's just like screaming at me.
Hard agree.
I just want to scroll,
Give
and
me a
then if I
minute.
want to watch the trailer, I'll
click it.
The trailer. Give me a picture. Give me actually them
Give me a
without
moment.
sound.
Give me a pause.
Yeah.
That's a scam.
That's a scam.
That's
so
a scam.
you got three scams
scams.
for the price of one
Is
this
it a
week.
scam or is it just a shame? Because it's like you're actually turning people away from something. Like they're like, oh my god.
They're trying to scam you into watching their thing. Is what they're trying to do.
Maybe, but I ultimately just I end up being like, oh god, and I don't even end up looking at it.
Okay, well, here is an actual scam that piggyback off of that scam is
More scams?
sometimes on Netflix you will just like, oh, something will happen and it'll be playing a part of the show, and if you don't click away, it puts you right in to start watching it.
Oh.
And I'm like, hell, talk about consent. Talk about consent. I would like to choose whether or not I want to watch this thing.
Yeah, or maybe this is like a super like I'm getting old now thing, but like I like to look at the credits. And see who
Yeah,
was in
I
it.
wanna
and
see who worked on
see
the
who made
artisans.
it.
That is very
and
old school.
It goes pew, and I can't see it, and then it's like next you can watch this thing next, and I'm like, no wait, I just wanted to see who the director of photography was.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I can't say the same.
You don't care.
No. The only time I'm staying for the credits is because I want to watch a Marvel movie, and they usually have an end of the
Or
credits
that.
scene.
Chestnut at the end.
Or like these Disney movies, they all had an amazing song during
That
the
too.
credits.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You don't
well,
want to
that's
miss
usually
that.
when they were playing the radio version of the hit song.
Yes.
Just a little change.
Yes.
Pippa, thank you so much
my
for joining
Thank
us.
you so much for
Thank
being
you,
here.
guys.
Humoring us with our Disney episode.
I love this. I mean, like Disney adults are the best.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And I'm
So-
not one.
Yeah. If there's one at this table, it's you. If there's two at this
I can't
table,
claim
it's
that I
us.
am.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
No, I'm just a Disney adult in denial.
Go get Pippa's book, Piper Chen Sings. Watch Pippa on Dr. Odyssey and everything else that she has done on the screens. And we will see you next week.
Bye, booze.
Bye.